Okay, so this video is going to be a little different relative to all of my other videos. I don't have a script. I'm not editing it too much, probably. So for people who have played Rainbow for a really, really long time, what did they do? Like, what patch, what thing happened that made you leave the game? Because for me, I've been playing since Operation Health, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And I have almost 5,000 hours in the game. I've hit platinum in the game almost every season except for, like, I think 3 of them. And I've been just grinding this game out. And it's slow, in my opinion, it's slowly gotten worse over time. But I still play it because it has this special niche that no one else has been able to fill or repeat in the game, in the genre. Because, like, you have CSGO and Valorant, and they're alright games. I'm starting to do more not CSGO. I'm starting to do more Valorant content, which that'll be the next video, is a Jet video for that. But, like, what things led up to you leaving the game if you're a, veteran of the game and you decided to leave? Because, like, none of my friends play this game anymore, and a lot of them have just left over time, whether it was back when Jaeger and Bandit lost their ACOGs, which I think was a huge turning point. Like, a lot of people said, yeah, this is good for the game, but I think that's actually, like, where it started to go downhill. Because, like, they did some things right. They nerfed Lion, which was objectively a good thing. I didn't actually mind that one too much. I think another really big one that, like, bothered me a lot was when they reworked House, but they reworked it only for casual queue. And they didn't give us a new map for that season. It was the House rework was the new map. Like, the majority of players are competitive. Everyone loves House. It's an original OG map. Everyone loved it. Why are you getting rid of it, kind of thing? It didn't make any sense. Or, like, why are you reworking it? Sort of like Tachanka. They were trying to make him viable for ranked, but they ended up just making him useless and no longer the meme god that he was. And I think that's when they started to really mess with things, was when they started trying to take, or like when they tried to touch the, casual side of things, they started messing it up because everyone loved it and then they ruined it. That's sort of what I hated about this season too, that they reworked Fevela, which I personally love that map before it was, changed, but like they reworked it for casual queue again and didn't put a ranked map in. And I think the other thing that really started to drive me insane a lot was the addition to so many bulletproof items in the game. There was just so many things that you couldn't get rid of unless you were a certain select group of characters. And they started taking frags from everyone too, which also, hindered that. Well, if I can't break it with bullets and I don't have frags, what do you want me to do? And they tried to fix this with the Gon 6, but that was a bust. And then they were like, we broke the Gon, the Gon 6 doesn't work. Well, we'll figure it out later. I don't know what to do about it. And like that was another thing, because they like started getting rid of a lot of secondaries. Oh, and the secondary recoil nerfs, that was also a stupid change. Changed my mind. Like that, I get, oh, we want to make the game, you shouldn't be killed with a secondary item, weapon rather than the primary. But like that was the staple of smoke, or you didn't have it at the time, but like smoke, sledge, that kind of thing. Like the SMG was supposed to be this god tier weapon that you could have as, and then a shotgun backup. That was so frustrating. And I think there were a lot of operator changes, like turning Jaeger to, they took Jaeger, who had a slightly above average pick rate or win rate, but a massively large pick rate, and nerfed him down to the point where no one wants to play him anymore. Which, yeah, I get he has a really high pick rate, but also you could make an operator similar to him. Like they tried with Wamai, but we pick him for his gun. We pick him because he's 3-speed. Just add another 3-speed in. That was the other thing. Like, I feel like they started moving away from 3-speeds because they haven't added a lot of those in there. That was another thing that they added to just be like, we're going to shift away from this area. Because honestly, the game isn't what it used to be. Like, the game, when it was originally, when I first started picking it up, it was a completely different game than what it is now. Just by feel, like how it's played. Yeah, the game where it is now is alright, but I preferred it back when it was, when they didn't mess with things. Oh, my word. Freaking the echo nerfs that happened last patch where they just like took away his invisibility on his yokai because it was too annoying or whatever. Like, we're just gonna nerf Echo because he's annoying to play against? Really? Like, that is just no. That is, oh, that drove me insane. Or the addition to so many, like, there was a rush meta, so they started just bringing in characters that slowed you down. Like, Clash and Melusi, I don't think should be in the game at all. Both of them are a pain, should be removed. And out, like, worst operators. But yeah, those are a lot of my major grievances with the game. But, like, along with all of those, some of just the, like, back when you could rubber band through windows, there was just so many bugs in the game, and I don't think there were a couple game-breaking bugs that were like, okay, this is annoying to play against. And I definitely don't think that it was ever worked on fast enough for it to be, you know, they never worked on it fast enough to where, like, it was actually good. Like, a lot of the things that Ubisoft did, they were like, we'll work on it in a couple weeks kind of thing. And I think that's part of the problem, or one of their problems, because, like, if you look at, I'll reference Valorant because it's easiest, because Riot Games is really good at patching. Valorant gets a patch every other week, just like League of Legends, and any major game-breaking bugs they fix immediately, kind of thing. And they're always doing slight adjustments. Whereas with, you know, Rainbow, you get one patch every month and a half, and one of those patches is just a hotfix patch, and the other one is a new season. If you're only getting a patch every month and a half, you have to wait that month out with insert bug here, just to like get through the, you know, the season, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Like, Ubisoft doesn't take care of their game, and I think that's a huge problem. Also, oh my word, when they started adding the alpha packs that you could only buy, that was also really stupid. Back in the first year that I played, you could buy all of the spooky Halloween skins that they put out with Renown, and I get that, you know, they need their company, they need to make money, blah blah blah, but also, like, really, kind of thing, you know. But that's enough about, like, the reasons that, you know, Rainbow sucks and is going downhill. I'm also really curious because there are a lot of veterans who still play the game and who still really enjoy it. And to some extent, I'm one of those. I still do genuinely love the game. I think it's not as good as what it was, but I don't think it's horrible. And I'm really curious what about it makes people stick around. Because it's an experience that, like, you'll never get anywhere else in a game. I don't think there are a couple on Steam right now that, like, are close to what Rainbow is, but I don't think they're quite there to match it. I think that's the large part of why Rainbow is as big as it is because it's found its niche and no one else has been able to replicate it to the success that it has. Because, like, CSGO, Valorant are the closest two things, I think, competitively to it, and neither of they're pretty much clones of each other. Well, Valorant's a clone of CSGO, but I think because of that market, like that market it hasn't died, because even though it's, like, horribly bugged, horribly taken care of, it's still this niche game that people love, and so it won't go away anytime soon. So for players new to the game, what do you think of it? Like, is it enjoyable? Not, because you don't know what it was like beforehand. Is it still enjoyable to play now? Even through, also, the community is a whole nother thing. Like, the community has shifted from the first release to now. Like, it's such a different community. And I just want to, like, for people new to the game, is that enjoyable? Like, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to ask with this video. And then also say that, like, I know my channel was mostly based around Rainbow content, and I'm not saying that I won't make any more Rainbow content in the future. Like, I still want to do a video here and there kind of thing. I'm gonna start shifting more towards making videos about just whatever game I want, rather than focusing directly on one game. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to my rant. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.